Somebody sent me a question. Does Jesus really exist? Is he not just a myth? He was Hebrew, yet Jesus is Greek. Why did his name get translated? Then they said the entire New Testament was written in Greek. So everything we know about Jesus is filtered through Roman eyes. And historically, Romans were colonizers who conquered lands and conquered narratives. Then the person said to me, and Jesus wrote no book. All the books about Jesus were written about him. Then the person said, and Paul never met Jesus, yet he wrote the greatest part of the New Testament. So was there really an existence of Jesus, or is Jesus just a myth? Historians overwhelmingly agree that Jesus of Nazareth existed as a real historical person, and this conclusion is based on multiple independent sources, even though they vary in purpose and perspective. The earliest references are the letters of Paul, which were written around 20 to 30 years after Jesus' death, and Paul personally knew people who were described as Jesus followers. He knew them personally, including Peter and James. The four Gospels were written later, roughly about 40 to 70 years after Paul's letters. Several ancient writers mention Jesus or the early Christian movement. Writers like Flavius Josephus wrote about Jesus and about James, the brother of Jesus, called Christ. In fact, one passage about Jesus appears to have been edited by later Christian scribes. Then there was another guy called Tacitus who recorded that Christus was executed under Pontius Pilate during the reign of Tiberius while discussing Nero's persecution of Christians. And this Tacitus is a secular philosopher. Other writers, including Pliny the Younger and Suetonius, all of these were writers who wrote about Jesus' existence. Most historians, whether Christians, Jewish, Muslims, atheists, and otherwise, consider number one, that Jesus was a Jewish teacher from Galilee, including the atheists, including Muslims, including Jewish philosophers. They all agree that Jesus was a Jewish teacher from Galilee, that he was baptized by John the Baptist, that he attracted followers, and that he was crucified under the Roman Pontius Pilate around AD 30. Across religions, they agree. So Jesus' historical evidence cannot be doubted. It cannot even be argued. Anybody arguing the existence of Jesus is just a victim of gross ignorance, because history proves that there was a Jesus of Nazareth. If you look at the genealogy of Jesus, you can see the trace of that genealogy, how you are able to trace the existence of Jesus in his genealogy. And that is why the Bible is very big on genealogy, so you can trace where he came from. It's like today you say, I'm a graduate of this school. The first question people want to ask you is, who are your